The qualifiers may have concluded, but it would be remiss if the 4 auto-qualified marbles didn't have their time in the limelight. Shamrock, Gloom, Seabed, and Java, the 4 auto-qualified marbles, 1 host, and 3 former podium marbles are going to be participating in the friendly round with 4 events that we saw in the qualifiers. That's the sprint, the quadrilla duel, the obstacle race, and the brand new event, the broken beam. The first event, the sprint, Shamrock, Gloom, Seabed, and Java in the blocks. This is going to be the first time we see them out on track in this season. Let's see who will start well in the friendly round and the season as a whole. Gloom, good start. Seabed trying to catch up, and it's going to be very close between the two of them for the win. Gloom had the best start of anyone, and it's Shamrock and Seabed holding in second. Seabed, this is when they make their move in the open section, but it's not enough to beat Gloom. Gloom gets the win in the first friendly round event, and it's Seabed, Shamrock, the host, and then Java bringing up the rear. That's it with the sprint. We're going to be moving on to the Quadrilla Duel, head-to-head between 2 marbles, so it's going to be Shamrock and Java in the first heat. The other 2 marbles is going to be the other heat. So we see who can bounce back between the 2 of these in the bottom half of the standings in the friendly round. Time for the Quadrilla Duel, the best time is 12 seconds set by Bluetail. How can Shamrock and Java stack up? Shamrock gets the win over Java, comfortably ahead in the funnels. Java had to take that drop in the funnels to see if they could make up some time, but I don't think it helped all that much. These marbles, of course, they're wanting to get closer to that 12-second time set by Bluetail. That's going to show that they are well equipped to be auto-qualified, to be ready in the big show. But now, Shamrock, 12.5 seconds. That is a good time. That would be good enough for second place. Java, 13.25. As we see Gloom and Seabed out now. Of course, these 2 marbles. There was some hesitation in the starting gate. These 2 marbles, top 2 in last season. Nominated marbles from the Team League, but they triumphed very well. Seabed, much faster in the funnel though. Will they be able to hold on? Yes, they will. Gloom, certainly not their best event was this. For them, comfortably beaten by Seabed. And it doesn't matter too much, as they did get that win in the sprint. Seabed, they weren't just better than Gloom, they seemed much faster than the first 2 runners in the first heat. Of course, we don't know until we've seen the overall time. How does this stack up? Will be first place for Seabed, 12.33 seconds, while Gloom is 1.5 seconds back in 4th for this event. So Seabed, Shamrock, Java, and Gloom is your order for the Quadrilla Duel. So we see how this affects the standing. Seabed, by 2 points, has the lead now over two-way tie for second place, Gloom and Shamrock. Then it's Java in 4th. But now, the obstacle race. This event was featured last season. Java got a silver in it, just behind Goop that won it. But now, Seabed, Shamrock, Java, and Gloom positioned in that order. Seabed and Gloom on the outside, Shamrock and Java on the inside. Java, great start. No one's even close to them now. Gloom trying to catch up. Seabed also fighting there, but it will be Java comfortably getting the win. Look at this initial launch, using the marbles around them to get an insurmountable lead almost. Gloom and Seabed dueling for second place, but much better transition there for Gloom to comfortably get that second. Shamrock in the back, never really made up any positions. Java, 5.47 seconds. That is not too far off the record set by Muddy in the Team Quadrilla Marble League. But going to the final event, the Broken Beam, they are all 1 point apart. Seabed, Gloom, Java, and Shamrock in that order. So we see Seabed going up now. Any of them can still win in the friendly round. The Broken Beam, of course, a brand new event, first seen in the qualifiers for the Individual Quadrilla Marble League, and that was a decent run for Seabed. Of course, the Broken Beam, it's separated into 3 sections, the first section being 1 point each worth for 10 blocks, then another 10 lower blocks worth 2 points each, then 7 blocks worth 5 points each. So once you get to the end, it's very important to get past each block. Seabed gets 45, which is fairly respectable based on what we know in qualifiers. Of course, 55 was the best point total set by Muddy and Ecto and some others. Now Gloom. They're going to want to beat that 45 if they want a chance to win this friendly round. Oh, that was a good run for them. Very straight and very speedy were they in the first few seconds. Slowed down a lot there, but I think they will beat Seabed. That is going to be good enough for 55, I think so. Gloom stepped up in the broken beam. This might be good enough to give them the friendly round win. Have to see what Java and Shamrock can do. Gloom clear of Seabed, but they were 1 point behind coming into this. Now Java sitting in third in the friendly round standings. What can they do? Well, going to the near side, and that is not going to be that good. I think they're just barely not in the 5 point block range. Yes, you can see that's where the blocks start getting wider, and so it's harder for them to catch up. So Java will get 28. That is going to put them in third. Not good enough to win the friendly round. But what does the host have? One final chance for them to prove they deserve to be among these big names. Shamrock, third place overall in Season 1, just 12th in Season 2, but that is not going to be a good run. And Shamrock thinks going to bottom out in the friendly round. Quite disappointing for them. That's going to be worse than Java, so 4th place in this event. Also, I think 4th place in the friendly round as a whole. 18 points. Not great from our host. That means, though, Gloom wins the broken beam, and that means Gloom should win the friendly round. Yes, they do, beating Seabed based on the tiebreaker. Java gets 3rd place, and Shamrock will settle for 4th. So Gloom stands on the top step of the podium for the friendly round in Season 3, Seabed in 2nd, and Java in 3rd. That is a familiar podium, I will say. Stay tuned for the first event of the Individual Quadrilla Marble League, the Quadrilla Duel, and the second event, the Sprint, as we're ready to kick things off. Individual Quadrilla Marble League Season 3.